Hi guys. Okay, I think I got this now. Um, so thank you for joining me. I hope you all can see me. I'm not sure if you can because I wanted this to be a live event associated with my Just Love page. But I couldn't get it to work. So, and I don't see anyone here. So I'm going to see. Let me just go ahead and re-invite everybody, I guess. I don't know. This is actually good because it points out something that I need to talk about today, and that is that I need help with what I'm wanting to do here, and I will explain what I want to do. And then you can see this video a little bit later. I know you can. So you can just go back and watch it. But let me tell you what's going on with me and why I've asked you to watch me. I've gone through a lot of changes. Most of you know that back in 2012 I went through a divorce, and I have 3 teenagers, and that in itself creates a life that's very transitional. You got 3 kids going, and I'm sorry this video is so shaky. I don't have it set up on anything that's all that stable. So anyway, this is going to be pretty raw until I get going, but basically, and I'm still adding people here because I'm not sure how this works. So this might be totally unnecessary because you might be able to see me regardless of whether I'm inviting you or not, but just kind of covering my bases here because if you are on right now, I would like for you to be able to see, because you can chime in and tell me, send me messages and let me know what you think. And I want to hear your ideas, guys. All of you guys know me at least a little, and I think you feel the love that I have for you, and I know I feel the love that you guys have for me. And that's basically the thing that's really been keeping me strong through all the last, let's see, this is 2016, so the last 4 years, man, the years before that were hard too, but the last 4 years have been the years of the biggest change in my life, and just change physically in my world, work-wise, mothering-wise. I mean, everything in my world has kind of changed, I think, for the better. And but also the thing that's been stirring in me is really this past year, even before then, but it says my connection is weak. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to keep going. So here's what it boils down to. Last year, actually, I started helping out a men's shelter, and I was just taking donations over there. Really, it inspired my Sarah, and she actually, on her birthday, we took a birthday cake over there and celebrated with the guys, and it touched the heart of. Actually, we happened upon a church service while we were there for the men, and the pastor of that service said, "Can you please come and share what you're doing?" And so we went, and I think I spoke. I didn't say any. Sarah didn't say anything. I just said, "Hey guys, we just want to basically we just want to recognize you guys are noticed, that not everybody thinks that this homeless population is invisible. We see you." And my daughter, it's her birthday today, and she wanted to share some cake with you guys. And so that's what we did. So anyway, from before that time, but especially after that time, it's really been stirring in me that we put up too many boundaries. We put too many labels on people and things, countries, populations. We're just people, we're human, and everybody deserves the same amount of love. Everybody is the same. In God's eyes, every person, whether they're a day old to whether they're 100 and they've lived a full life, they have the same amount of value, no matter how many actions they've taken or haven't taken. Trying to stay on track. But so I hope this connection is not going to ruin things, because it keeps telling me my connection. The core message is you stop focusing on all the details. Just condense all of our energy, push it all to one place, and ask ourselves the question in each moment, every time, every moment of our day, every moment that we think of it, is this love? Is what I am doing right now inspired by love? Am I being led by love, or am I being led by, I mean, you could call it a bunch of different things. To simplify it, you could say hate, but I mean, hate shows itself in a bunch of different forms. We have fear. Fear is huge. Fear is probably what drives most of our actions most of the time. And I'll expound on some of my ideas that I have, because these ideas have been going through my head for a long time, and I feel so full with this message, and I really, really need to share it. And that's why I'm calling you here, not to share the message, but to share the mission about how I think I can share this message. So basically, what I want to do for now, every Sunday at 11 o'clock, I will, that's Mountain Standard Time. I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm not scaring you guys because you're like, oh God, some clown's going to go kill her now because she said where she is. I have angels, guys. Big, big, scary angels, so don't worry about me. But anyway, you guys got to love my distractibility, right? I think you do. Anyway, every Sunday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I will be on here just to share with you what insights I've seen throughout the week. Primarily in the beginning, I'll be sharing with you ideas of how I can make this, or how I feel love is leading me to create this organization, because I see it as I need to start a nonprofit. I wish, this is my wish, that I could pour all of my working energy, the energy I pour into being a nanny, or, making money for my family to help support us. I want to take that energy and throw it into this organization. And love will let me do that. I know that love will let me do that, but it's going to take some time. And I'm not naive, and I don't have this idea that if I can't, open a church building tomorrow, then this is all a big mistake. I'm not worried about it. This isn't actually my problem. This is love's problem. This is God's problem. And I am just here to say, hey, God, how can I help you? How can I be of service? Because this isn't me wanting to do this. This is God wanting to do this, because God looks down and he sees a world that's very confused, that's very lost, and that's hurting, and that is stirred up in fear and reacting to that fear. And basically that's what we've got going on right now. It's just a bunch of fear reaction. And we need to calm down. We need to remember that it's okay, because fear doesn't help anything. And the more afraid we become, the more reactive we become, the worse we make the situation. And so that's the core of the message that I want to spread, is that I don't care if you're a Methodist, I don't care if you're Buddhist, I don't care if you're Presbyterian, Catholic, Muslim, I don't care. What I care and what I'm trying to get to is, where is your heart? Is your heart focused on, how can I be loved today? How can I spread the love that's in my heart to others? How can I make my life better by being a loving person? And in turn, that makes other people's lives better. because I'm spreading that love. That's the core of what I want to do. And there's a lot of reasons that I can give you that you want your life to be about love and not about fear. And I will list out like specifics. And I think I mentioned that last week. There was, if you guys want to go to my Just Love site and ask me if you can join immediately. I'm addicted to my phone. I have it with me all the time. So you'll get added to that group right away. I'm thinking about making it public anyway. I don't know. I'm kind of wrestling with that idea. So if you'll go on there, though, and ask if you're not already a member of that page or of that group, then I'll go ahead and add you to the group, and you can see more about what I'm talking about. So anyway, I want to spread this message of love. I think everybody needs to hear it. Whether you choose to listen or not, I don't think everyone's going to listen. But I think the more that they hear it, the more likely they are to listen. I think a lot of people are not going to understand what I'm talking about or what I'm trying to do. But I feel like if I have a place online where people can come and hear this message, the more they hear it, the more they'll understand. So that's where I'm starting with these. I may start doing this more in the week. It really depends on where I'm guided as far as my work situation goes, because I have 3 kiddos and you know, I have to make money and all that. So I'm really hoping to recruit some of you to help me spread this message. I have a vision that I'm going to be writing out, and I will be sharing it on that page. I have a friend that has agreed to help me write the mission statement and help me make sure that it's clear and understandable and give me input and stuff. So he and I are going to work together to get that out soon. I wanted it out yesterday morning, but that didn't happen. That's okay. Life is good. My life is full. I have a lot of beautiful people that I get to see every day and talk to. And, you know, I have big dreams and I always want to do way more than I'm actually able to do. So that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Here's what I need from you guys. If you got anything from this scrambled talk, I would like to see physical buildings pop up. And will it pop up tomorrow? No, I understand that. But I want a physical place where people can meet and talk and see face to face and be hugged and held. And I'm calling it a church for lack of a better word. I don't know what to call it. And I know this is going to like ruffle some feathers for me to say that I want to start a church. But I need a physical place. I see that happening. And that way people can come, whether they're a Christian or an atheist or whatever their belief, they can come there and receive support. It's almost like a community center, but more a community center for the heart rather than for, you know, because I think community centers offer classes and stuff like that. I just want to offer support, you know, where you can come and say, these are the problems I'm dealing with, and I don't know how to follow love in these different situations. Help me, because fear is something very hard to overcome. And so I think we all need each other to lean on in our different situations when we want to trust love, but we don't know how because we're so afraid. And basically it's just learning to turn our eyes away from the fear and turning it onto love. And so I think all of us can learn how to do this, and then I think we can teach others how to do this, but it's not something that is easy to do. So anyway, I want to start with this online presence, which I think actually, can reach a lot more people, right? Because I'm online. So there's a lot more people that can get access to the internet than can get physical access to where I'm at. So start online, continue online even when I get a physical building. And again, this is just my ideas at this very new spot, this very new beginning. So obviously I'm going to want you guys to come in, tell me your ideas. And we'll make this more specific. We'll make it grow into, it'll manifest in different ways. And I can't imagine how that will look, but what I'm clumsily trying to say is I just want a place for people, any people with any problem can come and be heard and be validated and get that encouragement and support to do what they already know in their heart they need to do. What I need from you guys, if this sings to you, if this checks in your spirit and you're in agreement, this is a good thing. Number one thing I need you guys to pray for me. I need you, whether you're an atheist or a Muslim or whatever you are, I believe that when we focus on love and we focus that energy in a specific direction, that there's power in that. So if you can pray for this mission, if you agree with it, and pray that God would direct my heart and my eyes and my mind to do what I need to do, that's the main thing that I need, because I'm trying to build this, but I don't want to build it with preconceived notions of how to build a nonprofit and all that. I really want us to remain focused on love and remain focused on the mission of what it is I'm trying to do. So number one, pray for me, please. Send me all your warm, fuzzy thoughts, whether you believe in God or not. I'm pretty sure you believe in love. And just send me that energy of love. Direct those thoughts towards me. And I really do believe that's powerful. So that's number one. Number two, I do want to get a lot of stuff done, and I don't have a lot of time. If a lot of you know my situation, you know how busy I am lately, just doing life. I have car situations. I have teenagers. I have my son graduating from the second half of his program, so we're going to be celebrating that next week. And I have a wedding that my fiance and I are planning. Very simple, and please don't get offended if you haven't received an invitation, because it's literally going to be my family, and that's pretty much it. Because I have so much going on, and because I don't have any, we're both kind of penniless right now, so we're just sharing our love together. That's what we have, and we're very wealthy in our love. It's if you want to know, Sang Hoon Lee is the man that I'm marrying, so it's very soon I will be Rebecca Lee, and that will happen on November 22nd. So I'm excited. Can you tell? That's a Tuesday. I know it's a weird day, but long story there. Perhaps I'll post a video later on that. Let me get off of that subject. Hoon is such a blessing, and I'm so excited that he's in my life and that God is giving him to me to lean on, to be supported by, and for me to support him. And anyway, I'm excited. So anyway, God, I'm distractible. So sorry. Pray. If you have expertise, if you know how to start a nonprofit, I'll probably be picking my dad's brain because he's got a lot of tax information that I'm going to need. If you know, gosh, I can't even think. There's so many things that are going to be involved in getting a nonprofit up and running and making it successful. Fundraising, obviously I'm going to need some expertise there, and also funds. So, if you have $5 burning a hole in your pocket, and also you won't be able to send it to me yet because I'm going to have to set up a way for you to actually send that to the nonprofit organization. So number one in the physical is somebody's going to have to help me set up that nonprofit. And then I'll be saying, hey guys, let's think of fundraisers. Or if you already have funds and you don't need me to beg you, just, Anyway, I think, let me leave I'm completely ignoring these comments, but I think it's mainly just telling me who is watching. So looks like I don't have any comments on here, so that's good. Chime in if you have a thought and you want to say something. Please chime in. I noticed, because I did this last week, and I was like, I'd really like it if people could actually be on the video somehow with me wherever they're at. And I know you couldn't probably do that with very many people, but I did see that I can, when I set up the event, I could set up a co-host. And what I was thinking is I would absolutely love it if one of you wanted to do like a Q&A with me. I think that would help me to describe what it is I'm doing. It would help. I'm very scatterbrained, and I'm not going to apologize for that because it's just how God made me. So how can I apologize? That's just how I am. But if I could do a Q&A session with 2 or 3 of you guys, that would be awesome. So if you're available 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time next week, please message me and say, hey, I want to be part of your video. It would really bless my socks off, you guys, because I know it takes a lot of guts to do that. And even more than guts, you're busy. I know you're busy. And plus, you just don't want the brain damage of thinking about it and who's going to watch. And so I know most of you are going to be like, sorry, Rebecca, but that's not going to be a possibility. But if anybody is like really curious, what is it that's going on in this girl's head? Or if you just want to help me explain, maybe you get it already, but you want to help me explain. You could be my child, Sarah, Veronica, Benjamin, other Sarah that's soon to be in my family. You guys can ask me, and I'd probably say yes, to do a Q&A next week, 11 a.m. That way you can say, hey, Mom, what is it that you want to tell the world? And what exactly are you trying to do here? Because we're very confused. But you don't have to be my kiddo either. Anybody who looks at this and says, hey, you know what? I want to support Rebecca. I think that she has a good heart. I think she's trying really hard to share her love with the world. Please message me, let me know, and then you and I can co-host. Have I even explained that part very well? You'll co-host this segment with me. These are probably going to be like 10, 15 minutes, maybe. How long have I been on? I don't know. They're very short. So it'll just be as long as we need it to be. As soon as conversation dies down and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I don't know what other questions to ask you. We're done. Then you can sign off. So no pressure. But anyway, if that sounds like something that would be fun and exciting and just make your world lovely, message me. It doesn't matter where in the world you live either. If you're willing to be up at 2 a.m. and do this with me. So I don't care who you are. Just message me, let me know. Or if you have somebody, maybe this video gets shared or something and they're like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I would love to get on here with anybody. So I'm kind of trusting that way. So probably pretty soon I'll be recruiting bodyguards. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope this at least explained a little of what I'm trying to do. I'm not wearing my ring. Anyway.
That's my sissy over there. I see you. Hi, sissy.
She's not watching.
That's my sissy.
I rejected her. Okay, now I'll call you right back, Heather. I love you. All right, I'm gonna go, guys. I think I've said everything I have to say for today. But you guys are wonderful. You make my life beautiful and bright and happy, and you remind me that God exists, that He's love, that He wraps His arms around me daily through each one of you. And I'm so thankful for all of you.